Acquire.
Tina acquired a strange package yesterday.
The acquirement of high sales is a big success for the museum.
The major emphasis of the effortless English approach is to help students acquire English thoroughly and effectively.
He outbid all his rivals and acquired the painting.
Piaget was convinced that children acquire knowledge and abilities in stages. Acquire.
Awkward.
After dropping his coffee cup, Robbie felt awkward. After dropping his coffee cup, Robbie felt awkward.
She laughed to cover up her feeling of awkwardness.
This may make for some awkward, first few family gatherings.
My son felt awkward in his new company, but soon he found that he fit in well.
Awkward.
Caretaker.
My grandmother's caretaker helps her get around the house. The caretaker carried it away for repairs.
The caretaker locks the building at 8 p.m. every evening.
My grandmother's caretaker helps her get around the house.
Caretaker. Deceive.
He tried to deceive his friends as they were playing a game. She was furious at having been deceived.
Richard deceived Joe about the cost of the coat.
He tried to deceive his friends as they were playing a game.
Deceive.
Discourage.
Mr. Perry discouraged the students from quitting school.
Learners can feel very discouraged if an exercise is too difficult.
These decoys were meant to discourage illegal downloading.
Keeping animals as pets should be discouraged. Mr. Perry discouraged the students from quitting school.
Discourage.
Fake.
The model was wearing fake eyelashes.
Fishers might use fake emails.
According to the criticism of experts, this ancient porcelain vase is fake.
The model was wearing fake eyelashes.
No one spotted that the gun was a fake.
Fake.
Hatred.
I have a hatred for the taste of medicine. I have a hatred for the taste of medicine.
Hatred.
Hut.
We all went into the hut to sleep.
The stench of rotting fish filled the hut.
A member of my own family burned down a beach hut when she was a teenager.
We all went into the hut to sleep.
The last 2 days of the trip involve a ski tour, including an overnight stay in a mountain hut. Hut.
Lodge.
I want to book 2 rooms at the lodge.
I have lodged a complaint about the poor service at that hotel.
The customers lodged against her firm. I want to book 2 rooms at the lodge.
Lodge. Neglect.
William neglected his room, so it is a complete mess.
One should never be neglectful of one's duty.
The woman denied that she had neglected her child. RSPCA officers found more than 80 neglected animals.
Nature study and physical science are almost entirely neglected.
Neglect.
Newcomer.
The students happily welcomed the newcomer to the school.
Employees who have worked here for many years will be given preference over newcomers.
The students happily welcomed the newcomer to the school.
Tracy briefly considered not schooling the newcomer to the strangeness of her boss, but it wasn't like she was degrading his supervisor. The company is a comparative newcomer to the software market.
Newcomer. Overlook.
Brenda overlooked the last step and had a bad fall. He was overlooking Chattanooga. He stood on a high cliff overlooking the town.
I overlooked one number of the password. We have an apartment overlooking the park.
Overlook.
Repay.
How can I ever repay you for your generosity?
The loan repayment will be done at maturity.
Kong saves her many times from the carnivorous dinosaurs, and she repays him with her trust.
Penalties will be applied if you default on your repayments.
My bank has agreed to defer the repayments on my loan.
Repay.
Ridiculous.
I look ridiculous in this hat.
I realized it was such a ridiculous idea.
I look ridiculous in this hat. These questions can seem redundant, ridiculously easy, or pointless.
You considered the job being ridiculously easy. Ridiculous.
Shepherd.
The shepherd moved the sheep to another field. The shepherd moved the sheep to another field.
Shepherd. Venture.
Even though it was dangerous, they ventured up the mountain.
They announced the termination of joint venture.
The two companies have cooperated in joint ventures for the past several years.
The website was a joint venture between him and his partner.
Their joint venture got off to a good start.
Venture. Wheat.
The field of golden wheat was ready to be harvested. The field of golden wheat was ready to be harvested.
The wheat was ripe for the sickle, but there was not a man or boy to cut it. He managed to move his 50 head of cattle to safety, but his entire crop of wheat and barley was lost.
The capitalist invested in a factory that made wheat into cereal.
Wheat. Inferior.
These products are inferior to those we bought last year. These products are inferior to those we bought last year.
cars built 100 years ago are inferior to ones built today.
The cassettes were of inferior quality,